Trump's going to want revenge. He's going to want retribution. And he even said, I will be your retribution. So now the concern is, obviously, between Biden and Trump, Trump's the obvious choice because he's the best president of my lifetime. But there were a lot of mistakes made during the first term where they cemented his feet and dropped him in the ocean, and he had to fight against that. We are hoping that this time around, the gloves come off. Mm-hmm. He appoints someone like Kash Patel as AG or head of the FBI. If Trump is so scared of a judge in New York that he would skip the Supreme Court oral arguments on presidential immunity, I don't believe that a second term is going to be anything substantive at all.
Okay, I don't agree.
It's still better than Biden.
I think he should go. I agree with you there. But if he doesn't go, I don't think we can be saying, hey, Trump, if you don't do this one specific thing, we're done with you. If you don't do this one specific thing, we're done with you. I'm just making the counter argument and saying that if you're, let's say you're a pro-lifer and you're like, I don't know about Trump anymore because he said this, or you're saying, I really want the gloves to come off. You have to go to this court hearing. If you don't go to the court hearing, I don't want to vote for you anymore. If you don't do this, I'm not going to vote for you anymore. I just think we can't be purists in that sense. And I think if Trump is reelected, we'll have a much better chance of fighting the deep state than if we elect people from the deep state like Joe Biden and we don't change anything. So there's no question in my mind that we have to vote for Trump, and anyone who's remotely concerned about any of these topics needs to vote for Trump. I mean, Biden is sending us even faster into this direction than we would be otherwise.
I think people vote for Trump either way, but I think there's going to be a serious lack of morale in organizing that puts his chance of winning at risk when people just say he wouldn't even attend his own oral arguments because a fake made up charge in New York judge told him he wasn't allowed to. Like, how am I supposed to believe this is a guy who's going to fight the deep state when it's just some state court judge who tells you, let me break this down. A state court judge under false pretenses said, Mr. Former President, I am barring you from going to the Supreme Court during your oral arguments. If Trump says, okay, we're going to get some underling in his next term, a bureaucrat from like the EPA, who's going to file a charge against Trump. And then Trump's going to go, well, I guess I lost. I guess I'm not the president anymore.
But before you mentioned those suburban women, you were saying, oh, what if these suburban women find it kind of uncomfortable that you're a felon or something like that? Maybe he wouldn't want to go to jail because he wants to win those people. I'm not saying that's the right thing to do, but I'm saying you have to balance winning over all of these people who want him to bash the deep state, as well as try to win over these swing voters or people who maybe don't want him to be in contempt of court.
But if he didn't go, would you agree that shows a sign of weakness?
I don't think it shows a sign of weakness. I think it would just show that was the strategy decision that he made. And I don't know what he's going to decide. I don't know. Maybe he will go. But I'm just saying that I think that you'd have to balance all of those things in thinking about the campaign and what message you're trying to send. Who are you trying to win over?
Yeah, I would need to know more about his plans with his lawyer, what their legal strategy is. Are they willing to take 30 days in a New York jail? Would that be good for promo? Is it? I would need to know more to make a claim to be like, Don, do that.
I think it was Piers Morgan on the 5.
Yeah.
If they arrest Donald Trump, he'll win in a landslide.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe the real strategy is actually a no-brainer. Trump says, I go to the Supreme Court. I prove that I will fight for this country. They overplay their hand and then make me a martyr. And the whole country says Trump jailed for trying to defend his nation, defend this nation.
I could see that happening.
Send that message. But that's my point. If Trump gets jailed for standing up for this country by going to the Supreme Court oral arguments, that's a massive show of strength.
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes to jail. They're going to make him a martyr. I don't know that it gives him a landslide, but many people think if they jail him, his approval rating skyrockets.